Hi you guys. So today we only really have a class of just one person because we had a group, but they ended up having to go to somewhere else. Some left early, and it's basically the last week here at Center, so not a lot of kids are here. And so I ended up with one person, that's Yari, and she'll be participating in this lesson with me. So we'll get started. So Yari, basically today we're going to focus on the order of operations, and by the end of this I basically want you to be able to evaluate whole number expressions using the order of operations correctly, okay? So do you know what the order of operations are? Do you know what it is?
Yes.
So what is it?
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS. Okay. Do you know what PEMDAS stands for?
Yes.
What is it?
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication,
Mm-hmm.
division, addition, and subtraction.
Okay, so if you guys can't hear it, she said parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So what do you think, why do we use the order of operations?
I think we use it because that way we can know exactly what it means in our math.
So exactly what it means in our math. Okay, so if you have an expression that has a whole lot, it has parentheses, it has addition, it has like division, you would use the order of operations to basically help you do what?
Answer it correctly.
Yes, answer it correctly. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so answer it correctly. So when I say evaluate something, evaluate basically means to answer it or to solve it, right? So that's what we're going to do. So parentheses, let me go over it step by step. So parentheses, basically this is what parentheses mean. This always means parentheses. If it has anything inside of it, this is what you do first, okay? P, do you know what exponents are? No, she doesn't know what exponents are, but that's okay. So exponents are basically numbers that are to another number. So to make it simple, say 5 squared. Do you know what 5 squared is?
No.
So this means, what do you think this means?
Like a whole.
No. So basically 5 squared means 5 times 5. So what would 5 times 5 be?
25.
So 5 squared would be
25.
exactly. So if I gave you 2 squared, 2 squared means 2 times
2.
2. So 2 squared would be what?
4.
Right. And then one more, let me do another. Okay. So 4, if I gave you 4 squared, 4 squared means 4 times
2.
no, times itself.
Oh, 4
So 4 times 4.
equals 8.
Ooh. No.
Okay,
4 times 4 equals 16. There you go. Okay. So that's what exponents mean, right? This is the exponent. So I'll write, you can write that down on your handout, or you can write it in your notes, however you want to do it. So you can put order of operations at the top of your paper, and then have this, you have this for P,
Yes.
and make sure this spell out exponents. Yeah. So you can have EX, PONENTS. So this basically is what, put this next to it, and so put 2 squared equals 4, and then you can put 4 squared equals 16. And then to make it, if you need to look at it like a different way, do it like this. You can write it out like this. So you can write it as 2 times 2 equals 4, 4 times 4 equals 16, or 5 times 5 equals 25. Okay. So you understand exponent?
Yes.
Okay, good. So for M, you can have, M can be used, basically means multiplication. You can use, well, you can simplify or symbolize multiplication using the X sign, or this can mean to multiply, or so, but mainly just the X, right? That's what you're trying to know?
Yeah, like for decimals, the little dot.
No, not the decimals, but so we're not even gonna focus on this dot. We'll just make it the X and we multiply. D is for division. And basically, the division symbol. That means to divide. Okay. So then we have A is for addition. Basically, this means to add. And then S is for subtraction. And that basically means to subtract.
Okay.
Alright, so we got that part down, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a nice little PEMDAS rule worksheet. So I want you to find a good way to remember PEMDAS besides parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So this is basically an easy way you can remember. See? Okay, so read this.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
So basically, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So if you ever forget what order it needs to go to, just say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And your head really quickly, and then you'll always remember. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to give you a few problems, and we'll do a few practice problems, and then we'll do a quick little game. Okay. So I'm going to keep this, I'm going to put this at the top. I'm going to put PEMDAS at the top so that we remember the order, just in case you forget, okay? So I'll give you a few examples. So when you're solving anything, remember to go in this direction. So if you see parentheses first, you do that first. And then you go from left to right according to what you see, okay?
Okay.
Right, so here's an example. So first you can write this down. The first example is 3 plus 4 times 5. Okay. So what will you do first?
We'll put the 3 and 4 parentheses.
No, if there aren't any parentheses, then you don't have to put them in parentheses. So you check it off. Do you see any parentheses?
No.
Any exponents?
No.
Multiplication?
Yes.
Okay, so start with multiplication. So what would you do?
You will multiply 4 times 5.
And that will give you what?
20.
Right, so you have 20. So you have 20. And this number, you're basically going to bring it down. So now you'll have 3 plus 20.
23.
Exactamo. So you have 23. So let's try another. So the second expression will be 4 times parentheses 2 plus 3. Okay. So what would you do first?
Add 2 plus 3.
Why?
Because the first letter in PEMDAS
Eh.
is parentheses.
Yay! Okay, so it's parentheses. So 2 plus 3 is?
5.
And then you would do what? Next.
And then I would
This one?
I will see no exponent.
Nope.
So I will go to the next letter, which is M, and
Mhm.
multiply.
Right.
So 4 by 2,
4. Bring this down, so 4 times.
5,
Okay, which will give you what?
20.
Yay! Okay, so right now you basically figured out a few things that you've understood. So we did a few problems, but we're gonna do one more problem. I'll just write it right here. I want you, did you write these down already?
Yeah.
All right, so I can erase them? Okie dokie. So I erase this one. Okay. 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 So this is the third one. So the third problem is going to be a little tricky. So we'll do 2 squared minus 3 times 4. So what would you do first?
Multiply.
Mm.
Wait.
Mhm. Right.
I will multiply 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm. And you will get what?
12.
Right. So then the next thing is,
Exponents.
and 2 squared is?
4.
Exactly. So you have 4 minus 12. That will give you a negative number. That'll give you a negative number. Well, luckily you understand the concept, but we want to do this one. But 4 minus 12 will basically give you negative 8. So if you want to put that in your notes, you can. The answer would have been negative 8. Okay. So we were supposed to have like a quick little game here. But you know, it's only you, and that's okay. So what we could do,
You can still play.
we still play. So basically you have to battle me.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll play a game. It will be me versus Yari, and it'll be an order of operations game. And so she'll have to come to the board. Here you go.
Thank you.
She has the red marker. I have the lovely purple marker. And it works. Oh, let me give you some tissue to wipe your answers. Here you go. Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh, you can. If you need your handout, you can get your handout. That one doesn't work either.
Nope.
Here, try the blue one. No worries.
I just stick with red.
Okay, red it is. Okay, so it's sticking to red.
These
So,
are my handouts.
yeah, get your handout. Get the handout that has 12 minus 2 on it. Okay, so this is how the game shall work. We will both, let me put a little divide so you don't come on my side. So basically, we'll both have to solve these equations, and whoever gets it first, or thinks they have it first, they just raise their hand. They simply raise their hand, and we'll figure out who got it, or whatever. We'll basically figure out who solved the equation the correct way. And then, after each one, Yari will explain her answer, or I will explain my answer, and then we'll give points that way. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So we're going to do number 4. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 times 3 times, parentheses, 10 minus.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one.
Yeah, do number 4. Okay, so. Ooh. Wait, this is a lot. Let me see. 18. Oh no, this is multiplication.
Oh.
So multiply. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
I can write it.
You can write it. So we're basically solving the problem right now. And it's a contest between us two. To see who can get it right. Okay, so we both ended up with 126. 126 actually is the correct answer. So I'll let Yari explain how she got 126. So Yari.
Okay. So I had got 126 by, well, because 6 times 3 is 18. So, like, I would draw my little greater sign. Like,
Or you could just say the equal. You put equal.
Yeah.
It's like an equal sign.
yeah, on my equal sign.
But what's the first thing you did? Because they have what?
They have, they both have a,
P.
oh, they have parentheses.
Parentheses, right?
So I had to get my parentheses first.
Right.
And that's when 10 minus 3 equals 7.
7, right?
And after that, I had went to my multiplication.
Right.
And I know that 6 times 3 equals 18.
Yes.
So I put my 18. And since since it was a 3,
Right.
and the multiplication sign behind the 3, I had brought my multiplication sign down.
Yes.
And multiplied 18 times 7, and I got 126.
Exactly. Okay, so you basically understand order of operations at this moment.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do like 2 more. Okay, we'll do 2 more, and then you can pick which one you want to do off the sheet this time. So we'll have 2 more. We'll do 2 more questions basically, and then Yari will get to choose the next 2 questions that we do.
I want to do number 7.
Okay, well, we'll do number 7. Number 7 is parentheses 20 plus 3, close parentheses, times 13 minus 2. Okay.
It's hard.
It is. It's gonna be a little tough, but it's okay. Write it out. Write it out. 6, 0, 3. This is a lot. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. You don't know how to do it?
A little bit. I think so.
You think so? Let me see. All right. So Yari's a little stuck because I think the numbers are a little
Challenging.
The numbers are challenging, but Yari messed up on one section. So the problem was, I'm not sure if you guys can see. I'll move the camera 1 second so you guys can see the problem. This is the problem. So it's 20 plus 3 in parentheses times 13 minus 2. So, okay. Sorry about that. But the first thing you do is you add 20 plus 3 because they're in parentheses, right?
Yes.
You get 23. The next thing you do, what you messed up at, you multiply 23 times 13. You don't do these 2. You don't subtract. The next thing you do is always multiplication. Subtraction is last. So it's the last thing you do. So 23 times 13, after you multiply it out, it gives you 299. So then you get 299 minus 2, and you get 297.
I lost.
It's okay. It's okay. You lost this one, but we have one more. We have one more. So we have one more problem, and then we'll wrap up this. Yeah, we'll wrap up this lesson. We'll get to go home. So Yari, you can pick the next one as well.